What is up, everybody? Welcome to Big Buzz. I am Gavin Chatton. I'm here with
Ryan.
It's your boy Kaz.
Got a big podcast for y'all. Divisional weekend is over. It's time to get into the games. We had Kansas City and we had Jacksonville. The outcome a lot of people thought was going to happen. Kansas City moving on to the AFC Championship for the fifth year in a row, I want to say.
Yes.
Under Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Pretty unbelievable. But Patrick Mahomes did have an ankle injury that game. How we feel about that?
Well, I kind of believe, I think it hurts more during the game. I think he's already on the mend, so it's a little later in the week. He said today in practice that he felt better than he thought, so it's looking like Patrick Mahomes is a go.
100% going to be a go. He said that, I don't know what quote it was, where he said it could have been a press conference, but I did see that he said he's 100% without a doubt playing.
Yeah.
He's going to play, man. The guy is the best quarterback in the league, and there's no question that when he's on the field, hurt or not, his team still has a chance to win. So, definitely going to see him come out next week. This game was pretty, interesting. I'm surprised that Jacksonville put up such a fight, but at the same time, we kind of knew, this is the divisional round of the playoffs. Some of the other games were different than this one, but this was a pretty good game, and Trevor Lawrence shows that he has a big future. I saw something with Zay Jones and Trevor Lawrence, actually. It was, I guess, like a mic'd up thing.
Yeah.
And Zay Jones was like, "You're going to be totally fine, Trevor. It's okay." This was like when they were already lost.
Yeah,
I was like,
I think I saw that.
Year two.
Year two, you're in the divisional round, just came back down 27-0.
Right.
This guy's got a lot of talent. He's going to be up there for the future as well.
Yeah. Travis Kelce also set a record this game. 14 receptions, most by a tight end in a playoff game. Pretty unbelievable by not even arguable the best tight end in the league.
Yeah, for sure. He's up there.
Not even close. But a question I want to ask y'all, what does Jacksonville need to do to get to the next level next year?
That's a good question. They definitely needed the help from the O-line. I think Trevor Lawrence was sacked twice. Patrick Mahomes wasn't sacked at all. So, the pass rush needs to be something that gets better throughout the years if they want to increase their chances of making it far. But, the maturity of this team is a big factor as well. Your quarterback's only in his second year. The more time you have in this league, the better I feel like you can get as far as if you already have the talent, and we know Trevor Lawrence has the talent.
Right.
Ever since Patrick Mahomes got into the league, we've seen something similar. He's constantly just getting better year after year after year.
Yeah.
And, now it's the fifth straight championship. So,
That's a good point.
yeah, Trevor Lawrence is going to just continue to get better, I think. And as the years go on, they'll just continue to become a better team.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think they need a pass rush. I think it was 0 sacks in that game. So
Yeah, 0 sacks for
I
them.
think they need to turn up that defensive line. And, man, like you said, the maturity, the gelling, it's kind of a big deal for that. So the more they gel, the more they mature.
Yep.
And bring up that pass rush.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with what Kazi said as well. Their O-line led up the 5th most sacks in the league. That's just, when you have a young quarterback like that, you need to protect them at all costs.
Yeah,
You already saw Joe Burrow tore his ACL, Lamar Jackson, already 2 big injuries in his career. All these injuries can decimate a quarterback's career, so you need to build an O-line around this kid. Trevor Lawrence is going to be a special talent in this league for a while, I believe, and getting an O-line, it's the best thing to start it up.
I like that.
Doug Peterson's a great coach. I think Jacksonville has a very bright future. They'll probably be running.
He calmed that down after that ugly Ohio State guy.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer. That was
Legend.
That was a terrible experiment.
Legend. That's a legend right there. Y'all see what he did after the one game? They got blown out, and this motherfucker in the bar afterward.
Man, it was terrible.
He in the
someone else's girl. That's terrible.
Oh,
and
my.
he has a wife. That's terrible.
And, his kids, grandkids, all saw that too as well.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Moving on from Urban Meyer.
Yeah, but let's moving on from that game in general. 27-20 final for that one. And we're going to move on to a blowout now.
Big blowout.
Eagles. Yeah, easily the worst game of the week, especially money-wise. Besides Dallas got her first touchdown.
That was a lit bet.
We all rode that one. We all rode that one.
Lit bet.
38-7. The Eagles take down the New York Football Giants. Let me hear what you think about this game, Ryan.
Well, like you said, it was a blowout. I never thought the New York Giants were for real. I like their team, but I don't think they're built for the late run. So I think that was their peak. You know what I mean? That was kind of their Super Bowl to even get there. So
Yeah.
I think that was about it for them.
Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of talent just as far as Saquon goes. Players on the defense showed out to be great this season as well. But this was a disappointing game. We all said the Giants would win. We were all wrong. And, all of us except for Ryan.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, except for Ryan. But this team, showed that a little bit of, I guess, excitedness or eagerness as far as next season goes. They have, something decent to look forward on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't talk.
Nah.
But Daniel Jones is the quarterback for the Giants. I believe it's a contract year for him next year. What are your thoughts on?
This year. He's
Well,
a free agent.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This season coming up.
Yep.
What do you think about that, Gav?
I think he's going to remain a New York Giant. I think he's going to get a prove-it deal. So, like a 2-year deal before you can give that man big money. I also heard from you that Saquon is probably going to stay with the New York Giants this offseason as well.
Yeah.
Not going to try to reset the market for the running backs,
Right.
but take a above average running back contract around $12 million a year.
Yeah.
So I think the Giants are in very good hands for the next couple of years under Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
But
I do too.
obviously, this Philadelphia Eagles team is stacked top to bottom.
Yeah.
You got Jalen Hurts behind center. You got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert on offense, with Miles Sanders as well.
Yeah.
Eagles rushed for 268 yards as well.
Yeah.
Most in their
They've
playoff
been having
history.
some pretty good running backs lately.
Mhm. They've always had good running backs.
Boston
They-
Scott.
Boston
Yeah.
Scott, the New York Giant killer.
Yeah.
But you know what else is killer? That Eagles defensive line with Hargrave, Quinn, Graham, Reddick. I felt like Reddick was all over the field on
He was all over
Saturday.
the field. He looks good out there.
Seven
He's
was
flying
everywhere.
around.
He's
Guy was everywhere.
ridiculous. He is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a beast.
So we're gonna move on to another very, very, very,
Just
very
unexciting
disappointing
game.
game. Disappointing. I thought this was gonna be the game of the year, and it was snowing too.
It had all the fixings for it.
Dude, it was snowing too.
Yeah.
And it just
It looked cool too. It was like, this is what a playoff game should look
Yep.
like.
Yes.
I sat down like, let's go.
Yeah, but
I
if,
wanna watch this.
if y'all don't know what game we're talking about the Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals, where the Bengals took that one in unconvincing fashion, 27-10. Ryan, let me hear what you have to say. I already heard a little glimpse.
Yeah, I can't believe Buffalo didn't put up a fight. I mean, Cincinnati came ready to play. I mean, they put the gloves on. They were ready in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So
Game was over after the first two drives,
Yeah.
14-0. You can't do
Yeah.
anything about that.
I mean, they look like the real deal. Kazi said a few episodes ago that they're Super Bowl contenders, and I was kind of iffy on it, but I agree now.
Yeah,
they
they're
are
100%.
Super Bowl contenders.
100% Super Bowl contenders. These guys made it to the championship round for the second straight year.
First time in their history, by the way.
Right.
Back-to-back years.
It's ridiculous. I mean, Joe Burrow is proven to be the second best quarterback in the league. I really want to start this debate. So,
Yeah.
Burrow over Allen, I feel like we're all in agreement. But, Gav, what is your input on that debate?
You know, I don't like the Cincinnati Bengals. I want to root for the Buffalo Bills. I want to take Allen over Burrow, but you just can't right now. You can't. We put Allen over Burrow all year. And I saw this on TikTok the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Allen is getting a lot of slack taken off of him because of that playoff game last year and saying it's not his fault.
Yeah.
It is not his
When
fault.
he ran all over and was slam dunking touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Against the Chiefs last year when they
Yeah.
blew. Don't get me wrong. Bill should have won that game. That defense blew that game for them. Allen
Right.
should have won that game. But he's getting a lot of slack taken off just because of that game.
Yeah.
He has to win a big game now.
Yeah.
I think next year is a big year
Right.
for him trying to prove that. But, yeah, I really do think Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the league. I really do think that back-to-back AFC championships and possibly going back-to-back Super Bowls, he's got it. I think he's getting up there with Mahomes as well.
He is, man. But I think Mahomes is still the top dog in the NFL
He
right
is.
now. I mean, he makes it look easy out there.
The way you compete with that number one spot is by being that person's kryptonite, which Joe Burrow is.
3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Mahomes has not beaten Burrow in a game We're going to see this
Are they regular
Sunday.
season games or are they?
All, everything.
Okay.
Or actually, I don't even know if they played in the playoffs before. I think they're all regular season.
No,
Yeah.
no. They beat them in the AFC Championship.
Oh, yeah, what am I
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about? What am I talking
yeah, I
about?
was
Yeah,
gonna say.
they beat them in the AFC Championship last year.
Well, looks like it's Mahomes' turn.
We'll see. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm fully set on that, but obviously we're going to get into that a little later.
Right.
And let's get into another pretty bad game.
Yeah.
Not even. This is probably I would probably say the Chiefs and Jaguars. This is the best game on the weekend. But
Yeah.
if we're talking close games,
I mean,
The-
if you're a Philly fan, your game was the best game of the week.
Yeah.
well,
easy.
obviously.
Anyone's
And then
a
if
fan
you're a
of winning.
Bills fan, that was the worst game of the week.
Right.
But we're gonna go in and talk about the Niners taking down the Cowboys 19-12. A little weird score.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't your 21-17 that you love so much.
Nah, 2017. We
Oh,
gotta make sure we
2017,
get
I'm
these
sorry.
numbers right.
Yeah,
Right.
2017.
It's the analytics.
Two
dude.
field goals, 2 tutties. My bad.
But Dak, you got paid all that money, and you throw 2 terrible interceptions. What is this about, man? Can't play in the big games. You're not playing at
Look like
8. You're not playing at 8 and 9 playoff team now. You're playing the top dog.
Shots fired.
Yes, shots fired. Ezekiel Elliott, you're not. You're right there with him too. You are overpaid. Like come on,
I got it.
come on.
got
Can
it.
y'all agree with me on that?
Yeah, I would agree.
shit.
Tony Pollard is definitely the clear number one. Although,
I'll
what do you-
never agree that someone is overpaid in the NFL, but go ahead.
Who do you think is overpaid in the NFL if Zeke is not the definition
No
of
one.
overpaid?
No
one.
The owners make so much money. The coaches make money. The trainers make money. If that's their contract,
Okay.
that's their contract.
Who should make more money, Tony Pollard or Ezekiel Elliott?
It all depends on
Should
the
your backup
contract.
running back
It
be
all-
making more money than your starter?
I mean, Zeke put the work in for a long time. You got to be rewarded for that.
you got to be. Well, I
You
can
get
see
paid
that,
for what
yeah.
you did, not what you're gonna do.
And Tony's got to prove it.
And
How
he
many-
has.
how
I think
many
he has
playoff
proved
games
it.
has he won? He
Probably
came
the same
out
amount as
game.
Zeke.
He came out the game, right? He got hurt.
Broken leg.
Yeah,
He broke
yeah.
his leg. He broke his fibula.
Prayers to him, by the way.
Prayers up.
Huge.
Bless
That's a big
up.
injury.
So yeah, no, it's tough for me. I think players should be paid, but if you've been there for a long time, it's kind of some back payment too.
I could see that.
Yeah, but let's give the Niners where their credit's due. Brock Purdy stays
Yeah.
undefeated.
Yep. Manila game plan. Looks like he came out slow, but looks like they didn't want to do too much and put him in too many crazy situations, and
Right.
he prevailed.
I mean, you can't put a guy like that in too many crazy situations. He's obviously not proven to be something like the Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady of this
Right.
league. Like, you got to make the game easier on him. And let's be honest, that defense is top tier. I believe the best in the league, in my opinion. I believe the stats would back that up as well. They are just so stacked all around. They have the Defensive Player of the Year on their defensive line. It's hard to not win when you have the talent that they have. They may be the most talented team in the NFL. And just from end to end, defensively, offensively, they have so much talent. The San Francisco 49ers on week 7 had a record of 3-4. Since week 7 to the divisional round, they're 12-0. It's a ridiculous stat to think
Yeah,
about.
I like that.
This team is they're on a roll, and they have this big snowball effect going right now.
They do.
I don't know if they're going to get stopped. Huge praise to Brock Purdy, though, for just being able to control the game. But nonetheless, the skill players on this team are what win it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
but Brock Purdy is not turning the ball over, unlike the other guy on the other side of the ball.
It's true. But I would also argue that Brock Purdy isn't put in the same situation as Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott has a lot more weight on his shoulders as far as you need to complete this pass, you need to complete that pass.
Great
I
point.
think that Brock Purdy's throwing the ball to a bunch of insane athletes, and it's not to say that Dak Prescott doesn't either. I mean, everyone's here is in the NFL, but
He's got
Christian
some
McCaffrey,
weapons.
Christian
Right.
McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. I don't think I have to say anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't.
So that's enough said for that game, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
was good.
Give credit where credit's due. Brock Purdy does not turn the ball over at all. And that's all you really can ask for with him. Just don't turn the ball over. Just play football.
Yeah.
Just don't turn the ball over.
The Trent Dilfer up to that.
He's a rookie. I'll give him that. He's a rookie, so he's got time.
Don't
to
turn it over, Trent. We got this.
Hey, Flowers to also CeeDee Lamb that game. 10 catches for 117
Yeah,
yards. A
he was
ridiculous
balling.
game. Needed you to get in the end zone for me,
And he
but
broke his finger, I think.
he did. His
Yeah.
pinky. His pinky. But I needed you to get in the end zone. You couldn't do that for me. But It's all good.
Sadly-
You want me some money earlier in the year?
Yeah,
Right.
it's tough, but I think CeeDee Lamb should be put a little light shine on him. So let's hop into a this or that section.
Okay.
I'm going to start CeeDee Lamb or Jamar Chase.
I'm starting Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
It's a good argument to be had, but Jamar Chase is so young and he's just so skilled. I'm going to have to go Jamar Chase on this one. CeeDee Lamb or T. Higgins?
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins.
CeeDee Lamb for me. I'm sorry. T. Higgins is a beast, but I think CeeDee Lamb is just the next level. I think he's next level. Christian Kirk or CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb.
I'm going to go CD.
CeeDee. Not really a hard choice for
Yeah.
me. Tyreek Hill or CeeDee Lamb?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Okay. I'm going to go Tyreek Hill on that one, too. Fastest player in the league.
Yeah.
Easily one of the most skilled athletic players.
Yeah, I love watching him.
This is going to be a hard one for us. Stephon Diggs or CeeDee Lamb?
Stephon Diggs.
I'm going to go CD for his big playability over Stephon Diggs' lack of breakaway speed.
Got that.
Yeah.
I think Stephon Diggs is a receiver that you can literally throw the ball to in most situations, and there's a good chance he comes out with it. But I would say CeeDee Lamb's probably a similar receiver.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs' ability to get open is ridiculous. I'm going to go Stephon Diggs on this one.
Right.
Two more. We have D-Hop or CeeDee Lamb.
If I'm going to take a guy to start my franchise with now, I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb. If I'm going to take one in their prime, I'm going to take DeAndre Hopkins. But for this, I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're speaking fairy tale land, no injury, no nothing like that, I want D-Hop.
I like that. I'm going to probably go with CeeDee Lamb in this one. I just think, I don't know. I'm really a big fan of CeeDee Lamb. I think this guy really has it. Last one, DJ Moore, CeeDee Lamb. I'll start it off. DJ Moore, I'm going to take you 10 times out of 10, my guy. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan till the day I die. That's my dog. I'm starting every franchise with him, and I'm done with the this or that section, so y'all can take
Hold
what
on,
you want
Ryan.
with
You
that.
want to say this one together?
Yeah, I was going to
Say
say,
CeeDee Lamb.
well, no,
Yeah, that's what I like.
That inspired me. I'm a Maryland guy. That inspired me. You're going to Maryland this
But you
weekend.
took CeeDee Lamb over Stephon Diggs.
I know, but I was inspired by Kazi's answer, so I'm going to go DJ Moore.
Unbelievable.
Y'all got to watch that kid with the ball. DJ Moore is
I'm going
insane.
to go DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is
Unbelievable.
insane, dude.
Shout out to Maryland.
Shout out.
So this guy's gonna be convinced by a Maryland guy, but he takes DJ Moore over Stephon Diggs. Okay, we gotta move on. Let's just move on to championship weekend after that one.
I said CD over Diggs, I thought.
You did,
Yeah.
and you took DJ over CD.
Yeah. Shout out to
We don't need to argue that anymore. I think that's a good take. So we
Yeah.
just going to move on.
All right, let's just move on. NFC Championship, 3:00. Eagles, Niners, arguably the two best defenses in the league. This is their first playoff matchup since 1996 in the wild card round, where the 49ers ended up taking that one 14-0. What is your take on this game?
Well, San Fran's rolling. Philly's rolling.
Not to cut you off,
Yeah.
Philly is a -2.5 favorite. Over under is 45.5. Let me
Yeah,
hear what you
no
have.
problem. San Fran's rolling. Philly's rolling. Last week's game weren't that great. I think both teams are going to open it up. I think it's going to be an absolute brawl, shootout football game. I kind of like Philly. Philly's rolling. It's just they're passing the eye test to me. I mean, of course, San Francisco is too, but Hurts being able to run it in like that, I think, is the X factor. So I'm going to go Philly, and I'm going to take money line, and I'll probably take the over.
Not a bad bet. Historically, 14-0 was the last score. That was before they even know how to throw a football. But, no, it's not just a joke. No, I'm going to probably take San Francisco in this one. I really am a fan of what this team has. Defensively, I think they can get to Jalen Hurts, even though that offensive line is ridiculous. But it's Nick Bosa we're talking about. You know what I mean? I think they can pull it off. I think that a big X-factor player in this game is going to be Brandon Ayuk. I think that if he can turn it up and really play to the best of his ability, this is going to be a walkthrough for San Francisco. Dallas and San Francisco had a good game. Dallas and the Eagles have had good games this season. So we're going to see a really good game, and I think I would probably be willing to take the under in this one just because of the defenses. And I think that the Eagles are going to come out trying to run the ball heavily. I think San Francisco is going to do something similar. So keep the game out of Brock Purdy's hands as much as you can, even though he has proven himself. He's been throwing pretty safe routes, to be honest. So
Right.
you got to just keep the game out of his hands as much as possible. I'm going to take San Fran and the under.
I'm agree with you on one of the things you said. I like the under in this game, but I'm going to switch my Super Bowl pick. I had the 49ers going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go with the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. I think this game is going to be solely dependent on both of these quarterbacks.
Me too.
I think both of these are arguably 1-2 for the defenses. That Eagles
Yeah.
defensive line is ridiculous.
Yeah, you can say that.
Their secondary is
Definitely
amazing
second
too.
best in the playoffs right now. So
Yeah.
it's a good set.
Oh, the best defenses are in the NFC, and
Yeah.
arguably the best offenses are in the AFC.
Not arguably, clearly the
Yeah.
best quarterbacks in the AFC. So.
Yeah.
I'm talking complete offense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Complete offenses. But
Oh,
no, Philly's defensive line, absolutely ridiculous, top to bottom.
Right.
You got all those guys I listed earlier with Reddick, Hargrave, all of them, and then you got Slay. You got James Bradbury on the sides too.
Yep.
It's hard to compete with that.
Yeah, they're stacked.
And I thought Jalen Hurts convinced me enough that he can get this done in the playoffs last game as well.
I
After
believe that.
last year was pretty disappointing when they made it against the Bucks, got blown out. I think this is going to be a different result. I think the Eagles are going to go to the Super Bowl this year.
And New York has a good defense. It's not like they beat a slouch.
Yeah, I mean they
got
do.
a great defense.
They have a good defense. I think momentum's a big factor in this game. Philadelphia just came out like
yeah,
so
that's what
hot.
I'm thinking.
And it like just the steamroll effect that the Philly put on New York Giants, it's just I mean, they
Yeah.
just put on a clinic. Like they played so well.
All right.
They just played, I don't know. Philadelphia had a great game. We saw the Giants have a great game against the Vikings, and they came out the next week and sucked it up. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, this is a week-to-week league. We're going to 100% see what happens this Sunday. I'm really excited for this game.
Yes, sir. Me too.
But let's move on to the AFC. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals will play a rematch from last year's AFC Championship. Like we said, Patrick Mahomes has never beaten Joe Burrow, period. Ryan, what's your take?
Well, I like Kansas City. Mahomes is on fire, whether his ankle's taped up, shot up, whatever he needs to do. Mahomes is on fire. But honestly, I think it's a coin toss. Burrow's playing out of his mind. Saw that little spin pass he threw
Mm-hmm.
pregame and stuff. I mean, usually the team with the most swag wins the game. I mean, if you're coming in there feeling like that, Cincinnati might be ready to roll, but it's going to be hard to beat Kansas City. It's going to be hard to beat Mahomes. That fire I seen on the sideline when they tried to take him out, well, imagine if Joe Burrow's trying to take him out, the playoffs. So
Right.
I think he's going to come ready to play. So I got Kansas City money line. All my games are going to be money line this week. And I'll probably take that over, too. It's a little higher, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cincinnati in this one. I think Joe Burrow has just proved that he is the guy. Patrick Mahomes being hurt last week, I think his mobility is going to have a big impact on the outcome of this game.
Right.
Mahomes still, though, as far as being in the pocket, probably still is the best quarterback in the league, just by sitting in the pocket. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough to judge. Travis Kelce's going to have a big game, but it's going to be really dependent on how much Cincinnati can get in the backfield and get to Patrick Mahomes. Last week, no one was able to get to him. If you're able to get back to him this week, his mobility and getting out of the pocket is going to be really regressed than usually. So I
They're
think
definitely going to test it.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I mean, if you don't send a blitz to Cincinnati, you're just I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is for that. I'm definitely going to take the Bengals money line. All money lines. You're at this point in the NFL season, you're not betting no spread.
I agree.
It's only -1. It's basically a money line anyway.
Right.
But we'll take the over for sure, lock. I feel like this game goes huge over. I think we could see a replicant of the Bills Chiefs last year. I think we'll see something like that this year.
That'd be cool.
So, if y'all have been on social media at all, Instagram, TikTok, did y'all see the stuff that the Bengals secondary's been saying? Burrowhead?
I did.
Wow.
I did see that. Actually, just before we went on, I saw that.
Travis Kelce went on with his brother on their little podcast as well.
Right.
Travis was not happy about that.
Yeah.
He was not happy about that.
Why would you give fuel to the fire? It never works in the NFL. You give them bulletin board material, and they'll make you pay.
And that right there, Ryan answered what I was going to take. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. I think it's just going to come back and bite them for some reason.
Right.
I'm
how
sorry,
you set that up.
but the Bengals are the most arrogant team in the league.
They are, man.
Yeah,
They really are. And I haven't really thought about it until you just said something, but yeah, they're talking.
They're really the most arrogant. Joe Burrow, arrogant himself. He's pretty arrogant himself.
He is.
Don't
Yeah,
get me
but
wrong.
he can back it up on
He
Eli
can.
Apple. Apple just
good,
talks.
Good point.
Eli
Good
Apple
point.
just talks.
It was Hilton and Apple on the sideline. I was like the NFL film stuff recorded them saying we'll see you in Burrowhead.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you want to fuel the fire on that team?
I don't know.
And plus, I said it a couple days ago as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar started off 0-3 against Mahomes, and then he won his third time,
Right.
or the fourth
Fourth
time. Excuse me.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I think
Ooh, 1, 2,
3,
4.
5.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm getting with that, Lamar's 1-3 now. I think Mahomes will become 1-3 as well. I think I've just like the patterns as well.
Yeah.
But going along with that, the Bengals' offensive line is still banged up. Burrow's going to have to get that ball out quick on Sunday.
They made it happen last week.
He did. They did.
They weren't
And
going against Clark.
They weren't.
Very
Or Chris Jones.
Right.
But I said the Bills and Bengals would be a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
I would think this one would be a shootout. Bills-Bengals was somehow not.
Right.
Because Allen wants to be the number 3 quarterback in the league. But I'm going to take the Chiefs' money line. I'm going to take the over as well. I think this is going to be a classic game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like that.
But a bunch of our Super Bowl picks got messed up. My Super Bowl pick got messed up. I don't know about
Of course,
you.
mine did. I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah, of course you took the Ravens.
I mean, what?
Did you really think we were going to make it with Tyler Huntley?
I still think we're going to make it. Are we out of it yet?
I think they're saying they're
no.
doing like the first time
Alright.
ever they're going to have
Alright.
a team come back and try
Yeah.
to play their way
Yeah.
back in.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
what, are they
Lamar's
coming out the
healthy.
gulag or something?
They're going out the gulag.
Yeah, so, no, Ravens are always my Super Bowl pick.
I like it. You got to be loyal.
We got winning the AFC Championship on Sunday.
Ravens.
But if we're being for real, who do
Yeah.
you have winning the Super Bowl now?
I really like Philly. I think they're on a tear. I like Kansas City the whole year. I pretty much liked Kansas City, no cap. But Philly's rolling. Know a couple of people out there. Let's go Philly.
I like it. I'm going to go with San Fran on this one. I'm a big San Fran fan. Just because,
San Fran fan.
yeah, San Fran fan. Christian
great,
McCaffrey coming from Carolina, going to San Francisco, playing for Kyle Shanahan. I can't really hate on it, man. You know, I was sad to see him go, but that guy has so much talent, and he's shown why they gave up a second, third, fourth, fifth round pick for him. I think it was just that.
There's that 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
yeah, the counting, you know, we
okay,
can see there's
there
a
we go.
pattern.
Yeah, we got this.
No, but like this team, San Francisco, just like I already said it before, but just stacked from the top to the bottom, similar to Philadelphia. The AFC teams, well, the NFC teams left, I feel like are two of the most complete teams in the league. Quarterback talent-wise, they're not up there with the AFC, but as far as all-around talent, I feel like they absolutely dominate those other teams in the AFC. So, I mean, the Super Bowl team will be granted the Lombardi Trophy, not the Super Bowl quarterback.
For sure.
So we'll see what happens. I'm going to take one of the NFC teams, and that's just going to be San Francisco for me. What do you got, Gav?
I'm rolling with my guy TB. Go Dirty Birds. The
Go
Eagles
Philly.
are going to the Super Bowl, and they are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go with the same pick as Ryan. I really do. Like you said, I think it's just such a complete team.
Yeah.
I think A.J. Brown was just that.
Yeah, shout out TB.
A.J. Brown was just the last piece they needed.
And Darius Slay really kicked it up this season
He
as
did.
well.
He
Hassan
did.
Reddick was a piece picked
He
up.
did.
James
Yeah.
Bradbury getting released and
Yeah.
becoming a Pro Bowler.
Man.
Unbelievable.
How'd they let that guy
Oh,
go?
I
I
am.
don't know.
Wait,
There was just a post about that, too. How do you let that guy go?
I don't know.
Sure.
And to a division rival as well.
Right. He's a football player.
But
No, it was only a matter of time before Jalen Hurts figured it out. Only a matter of time before Miles Sanders really figured it out. Honestly, I don't really hate on the pick. There's 4 teams left. Are you really wrong if you pick any of them?
For
No.
sure. Good point.
But Philadelphia is a very talented team. I don't hate the pick.
Yeah, I'm completely rooting just for the NFC in my opinion. I just don't want to see either AFC team win the Super Bowl. I would have liked to see the Bills win the Super Bowl, but I don't like either one that's still in the AFC. So go Eagles, go Niners, whoever wins it in the NFC.
Yes, for sure.
But I want to go back to the Allen Burrow topic.
It's
Does
done.
this-
We're
does this-
putting it to rest.
We're gonna
It's
put it to
over.
rest.
It's over.
Did I already
It's
go? Did I
Burrow.
already go a little dumb on him?
Well, we know how you feel,
Yeah.
but Burrow cemented himself. He might go to back-to-back Super Bowls. He might win one too. Looks like he's there.
Okay, but since I can't rip Allen apart anymore, so say
We
that-
like Bills Mafia.
Okay, what does the future hold if the 49ers end up going to the Super Bowl under Brock Purdy? What does the future hold for Trey Lance?
Good question.
Will he be a 49er next year, or will he be on the move?
Me personally, I think he's on the move. I think so many teams need a quarterback. I think you don't give up on a Purdy after that run. You stay a little loyal to that. He has a good-looking arm. Looks like he can make all the throws, and I'm pretty sure people were high on him anyway. So it's not like it came from nowhere. So I think Purdy's there to stay on that rookie deal.
Do you have any location for Trey Lance next year?
Yeah, a few. I like Atlanta. I think they're trying to target Lamar too, so they're
Yeah.
kind of comparable, I guess. But Tampa Bay is always going to need a guy. Trey Lance might not be that expensive, so
Yeah, still
I
under that rookie
those
deal.
those are two I could see. I could see him coming to the East Coast.
Yeah, I mean, I would not see Trey Lance staying on this team. I just feel like he has a lot of talent. First round draft pick. He's definitely gonna go somewhere where he can play. He is a dual threat quarterback, which is becoming such a need in today's game. I see him going to New Orleans, and I see a lot of quarterbacks changing their jersey color this off season. I feel like Trey Lance goes there and potentially could make a name for himself, but I do not see him staying on the 49ers. This is Brock Purdy's team. Really, it's Nick Bosa's team, but it's Brock Purdy's offense
Right.
to be ran. I just think this guy took him this far. He's won all these games, hasn't lost yet. It's something that you carry with you in the next season. I think you definitely think about.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a team that possibly could be a quarterback away from being a playoff contender.
My dog.
Yeah. I think the Carolina Panthers is a really good location for this guy. I think he'll have the weapons down there with DJ Moore, Chenault, all these guys. And along with Chuba Hubbard in the backfield.
Yeah.
That defense is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Top 10 defense, arguably.
Right.
No, it's not arguable. Yeah, top 10.
You-
J.C. Horn, number 1 cornerback in the league.
we got our Carolina Panthers
Ask him
analyst
if
right
they're
here.
top 5 and not 5.
But I really do see Trey Lance in a Panthers uniform. I think it makes sense. Rookie
Yeah.
deal. Not going to have to pay too much. Maybe even have Sam Darnold mentor him a little bit.
Yeah.
So that could work out for them. I really do see Trey Lance coming to the East Coast as well.
I wouldn't mind that at all, honestly. Trey Lance has a lot of talent. That guy can really throw the ball. He actually has a lot of size. But Trey Lance is – I would love to see him come to Carolina. I would also love Carolina to not draft a quarterback in this draft. I think they should go somewhere as far as a need. I feel like we do need some skill position players. I feel like we could definitely use a corner. J.C. Horn allowed the lowest quarterback rating this season. Sorry I'm rambling about the Panthers here for a second, but J.C. Horn, I think, solidified. He did just get hurt, but had a great season. If you can continue that next season, the Panthers will still be up there with the top 10 defenses in the league. But some Panthers news that actually just came out today. Frank Reich is the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on that. So I was a big fan of Steve Wilkes when he came for this team in week 6, I believe he came. He really changed the culture of what we had. Under Matt Rule, for the past 3 seasons, we didn't really get anything with him. well, he had like 2.5 seasons. Didn't really get anything, you know. Wilkes takes over at 1-4, ends up going 7-10, so he went 500, 6-6 as a head coach. They completely changed their offensive game plan, and I think the team really wanted to win under him more than they have under Matt Rule for the past 2.5 years. This guy has been there for a little while as an assistant coach, but, you know, I really would have liked to see Steve Wilkes stay, but I'm going to back my team. You know, Frank Reich was the first ever quarterback to throw a touchdown pass in a Carolina Panthers uniform. The Carolina Panthers are a pretty young team as far as 1995 is when they originated.
Right.
But I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm a little upset. I feel like Carolina should have stuck with Steve Wilkes. I'm pretty pissed off about that, but I guess I can't really say much as far as, you know, Frank Reich. I don't know much about him. I know he coached for the Colts, but
Yeah, we'll see after the results.
Yeah, he led the Colts to a couple playoff appearances. So there's obviously that potential.
Right.
Would you rather have Frank Wright or Jeff Saturday?
definitely Frank Reich.
Oh, my
Jeff
goodness.
Saturday doesn't have any
Jeff
experience.
Saturday.
But
That
over
was
any of them,
embarrassing.
I would have rather had Steve Wilkes. I hope he can get a job. A little upsetting me that he wasn't able to land it in Carolina. I think that the team really rallied around him, but
Right.
it is what it is, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, so you were saying how the Panthers need another secondary guy because the Panthers might be in the would have made the playoffs probably if they had another lockdown corner. C.J. Henderson couldn't contain Mike Evans in that Week 17 game against the Buccaneers. 3 touchdowns allowed against them.
Yep.
So it does make sense for the Panthers to go after a skill position this offseason or in the draft. Speaking of the draft, who do y'all having go number 1 for quarterbacks? Do we have Bryce Young or do we have C.J. Stroud?
Bryce Young seems like he has the more pro arm, but I like C.J. Stroud. He was hot. I like taking a shot on him.
To be honest with you, the more I think about it, C.J. Stroud has one of the best college wide receiver rooms there is. He's throwing to Marvin Harrison. This season he wasn't throwing to Njigba, but Njigba is going to get drafted this season, I would say probably in the first round, regardless of the injury he had last year.
Oh, yeah.
That guy is a beast. He's going to turn out to be a beast. But I'm going to probably say Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young should go sooner. But, you know, Ohio State has had something with their QBs. I mean, Justin Fields is out there shining. He's playing great.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. The first team to draft a quarterback will probably be Houston.
Houston, if none of the
I don't think
Trades.
if any
If none
trades
of the
happen.
trades with Lamar happen,
Well, we'll get into it.
who
Well-
do you like?
I like both quarterbacks. Like you said, C.J. Stroud has had a bunch of weapons with Chris Olave, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson, all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young also had Jameson Williams, a lot of guys there too as well. I'm a really big fan of C.J. Stroud, so I'm probably wanting to take him. You know, I've been saying I think C.J. Stroud is the best quarterback in the draft during the college football season.
Right.
I went to the Maryland-Ohio State game, watched that one, and watched him in person. Didn't have his greatest game, but you
Maryland
see,
was fighting.
you can just
They were.
see all the potential with him. Shout out Maryland football, by the way. Big year coming next year, I believe. But I really do think C.J. Stroud's the best quarterback in this draft. No discredit to Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young's going to be great in this league too.
Right.
People are sleeping on these two. I feel like they're saying this is not a great QB class. I
Right.
think these two can carry this QB class.
Yeah.
I think it's valid. I want to hear your guys' thoughts if you know anything about the Kentucky quarterback, Will Levis. Guy threw a lot of picks. What are your thoughts?
So I have him as a Brett Favre kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's like a gunslinger. He's like a Matthew Stafford as well.
Yeah.
They'll throw it. Somebody's going to catch it. You
Yeah.
just don't know who's going to catch it. Is it going to be the defense or is it going to be your wide receiver?
Right.
I'm not the biggest fan of Will Levis. Watching him in the SEC, not the greatest touchdown to interception ratio.
Right.
I think there's a bunch of better quarterbacks in this draft, including Stetson Bennett, 2-time national champions. Stetson Bennett, 25 years old.
No, you don't believe that.
Max Duggan might be a little bit better too.
Yeah, I like Max Duggan.
He's not bad. He's not better. He is not better
I
than.
think Max Duggan is coming to the Ravens.
I saw something that said,
regardless of the Lamar.
it was a mock draft of the Ravens draft. They had us drafting Jackson Smith and Jigba, and they had us getting Max Duggan in the 6th round.
Yeah, I think we're gonna draft Max Duggan.
What if Will Levis is a Carolina Panther? How would you feel about that?
I mean, to be honest, I would be nothing but happy. I mean, I think we need a new quarterback. We just need something new.
Right.
Will Levis would totally change the offense, though. I think we don't really have the O-line, nor we have DJ Moore and Huncho Visca. We have Terrace Marshall Jr. I don't know that I necessarily love us picking up Will Levis, though. I think we should try and stay to build our defense, keep building our defense up. And I think the run game was working. But I don't know what Frank Reich has plans to do. I mean, he could plan to change this into a completely passing offense. This season we saw us pretty much ran the ball, downs 1, 2, and 3, but I don't know.
Y'all still could give Matt Corral a chance as well.
Could give him a chance. I don't know. He didn't really look too good in the preseason last year.
Who's that?
Matt Corral is the quarterback out of Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Got drafted this year. I don't know
Third
what
round.
was his injury.
I believe had something to do with the foot.
So probably Achilles.
Foot or ankle.
It's probably Achilles.
Yeah, it could have been something like that. I don't know.
But yeah, he got drafted out of Ole Miss. He got hurt. He actually got hurt in their championship. No, that might have been Sam Howell.
Right.
I might need to be fact.
That's why these guys ain't playing in the championship games because they're getting hurt right before the draft. It's
Right.
kind of hurting their stock. But
Yeah, that's also
Nick Saban said he wants them to play though.
Obviously, he's gonna want him to play.
Right.
But like Jackson Smith and Jigba didn't play against Georgia. He had the chance to come back, and he decided to sit out. And I think
Yeah.
that's the best decision for him in his career.
Yeah.
So I
I
won't
agree.
argue about that one.
No, I agree.
But sticking with quarterbacks as well,
Yeah.
is Aaron Rodgers going to be a Green Bay Packer next year?
Well, if you asked me a couple weeks ago, I would have said no because he kept his jersey. He wouldn't do a jersey swap with somebody. And,
Jameson Williams.
Yeah, but then he just came on the podcast that he's always on.
Pat
Pat
the
McAfee.
McAfee show. He said he was open to like rework his deal and everything like
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. He's always wishy-washy.
Yeah.
He's always flip-flopping, but he's never left. So I guess he's staying. I don't know.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, I feel, is one of the biggest divas in the league.
For sure.
I don't think it's even close.
It's not close.
With what happened last
Antonio
season.
Brown's out of the league, right? Okay, then it's not close.
We're not going to talk about Antonio Brown will probably get reported if we talk about any of the stuff he's done recently. But
Moving on.
Aaron Rodgers last year with the last dance, I guess it was the last dance because Devontae left,
Right.
and then getting paid right after, and then complaining about not having any weapons. There's always something with him.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Probably most talented quarterback of
yeah.
throwing the ball of all
That's-
time.
Well, that's my argument always. I say Tom Brady's the GOAT, but I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback to ever play.
Mhm.
But Tom Brady's definitely the GOAT.
I don't know. You can't argue against 4 MVPs, I think.
Yeah, so
I
I
think-
mean, he's just so good with the ball and could run. I mean, he
Right.
could do everything. Now he should have punched it in that NFC Championship.
Oh, we all
game
know
where
that
he
against
didn't
it.
run, but
I
he always had good feet, good arm. He's a great ball player.
I think
Yeah.
Christian Watson actually has gotten him way better throughout the season.
Yeah,
He's
he
turned out
no
to be a
doubt.
beast.
He
No
looks good,
doubt.
too.
But, yeah, going back to the NFC champ, I still don't understand what Matt LaFleur was thinking. Like, he didn't even go for it. We all know Aaron should have ran that ball in, but
Yeah, of course.
still, like, why would you not go for it? You're going to let Tom Brady go.
No. Hey,
All right, let's leave Aaron Rodgers alone.
Yeah.
But where do you see him playing next year?
I probably would see him coming back to Green Bay. A lot of the teams that need quarterbacks aren't necessarily just a quarterback away from making the playoffs. Even the
Good point.
Carolina Panthers. Aaron Rodgers is getting up there in age. He doesn't want to rebuild.
Right.
And nor does Tom Brady. I would say Vegas is a team where potentially maybe they're a quarterback away. Other than Vegas, I couldn't really give you guys. Oh, I guess the Jets too.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Jets are going to go for A-Rod. I think the Jets are going to go for Lamar Jackson. And that's my
Ooh,
take.
That's a good segue.
I don't think Lamar is going anywhere. I think Aaron Rodgers is going somewhere. You drafted Jordan Love, and he's been playing under Aaron Rodgers these last couple of years, getting to see what he can do with the ball. I think Aaron Rodgers will be on the move. Obviously, Tom Brady leaving Tampa Bay this offseason, it's sounding like, especially with their salary cap situation, under by $5 million right now. I think it was something like that.
Right.
So that's not going to work out with them.
Yeah.
I see Tom Brady
51 million over the cap or something.
Oh, I'm not even close.
51 million over the cap.
Yeah, no, I'm. Excuse me,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers, I see him on the move. I can see him in a Tampa Bay uniform. I actually do see him in a New York Jet uniform. I think the Jets are a quarterback away from being a top-tier contender, especially with that defense getting way better each year with Quentin Williams, Sauce Gardner.
Right.
I think they're just going to keep adding on and adding on and adding on to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Jets have enough weapons to help Aaron Rodgers,
Right.
and I think it's time for them to give Jordan Love a chance. Aaron Rodgers sat on the bench for a couple years, 3-4 years when Brett Favre was there. You see how that went?
Yeah.
I think, isn't it like a weird stat? The Packers have only had like a couple quarterbacks in their whole franchise.
I know. It's a great stat.
Yeah. It's like
I like that.
it's kind of like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I was just about to say
Pittsburgh
it's
Steelers have
Pittsburgh-ish.
had 3 head coaches in their whole historic
Yeah,
franchise.
that's
That's
insane.
unbelievable
It is.
to think
Yeah.
about.
Your
It
team's
is.
that consistent.
It's
You believe it.
actually unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
And the Steelers aren't just some young franchise.
No.
They've been there since the
It's
beginning.
actually unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
stat.
really crazy.
But
to
since
think.
you're rolling, is Lamar 200% going to be a Raven next year?
I don't know, because I feel like the Ravens have lied to us before, saying they're going to guarantee something. Like they guaranteed that they were going to bring Lamar some weapons last year as well. I really hope Lamar's going to be a Raven. I hope something gets figured out on both sides that will help the franchise. But giving a quarterback a quarter of your salary is just going to be killer to the team, where you're going to have to take some hits. Like you're going to have to let some guys go as
Yeah.
well.
You're going to have to make some sacrifices.
They
I'd
do
say
call him
on-
a quarterback, though, for a reason. It's a
That's a good point. I like
quarterback.
that. Instead of a halfback.
Right.
Like a running back.
So the running back should get half the team salary.
So now J.K. Dobbins should get half of the Ravens' salary.
And Lamar gets a quarter,
of
so the
the
rest of the team.
What about a nickelback?
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
A terrible man.
Nickelback's underrated.
no, they're over. Stop it. Stop it.
bad.
They are over hate.
Sorry.
Y'all, no, that
I'm
was just a
sorry.
trend in the 2000s. Y'all wanted to just
I was-
go along with.
I'm
Everybody.
showing my age right there.
Yeah,
Nickelback is the early 2000s young boy.
I'm showing my
This
age. No. We're definitely cutting that out.
Oh man, dude.
But Kazi, is Lamar 200% a Raven next year?
I don't know. I think that the Ravens could definitely pay him if they decided on it. It's a risky thing though, just because of his injuries in the past 2 seasons.
Right.
He has done a lot, and Lamar
Right.
Jackson is the quarterback for the Ravens. He needs to be the quarterback for the Ravens, but from a money standpoint, if your quarterback hasn't necessarily been there when he needs to be in the past 2 seasons, at the end of the year when you need him most, he hasn't come out. He's been hurt. Something you can't control, but nonetheless, it's something you
Right.
definitely have to look into when you're talking about paying somebody.
For sure.
$200-some million.
For sure.
So, I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
Go ahead.
The Houston Texans are on the phone.
Mhm.
What's up? What's up, DeCosta? What's up, Eric? How are you doing?
Great.
I'm gonna give you a deal right here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the 2nd overall pick. I'm going to give you the 12th overall pick. I'm going to give you my 1st round pick next year, and I'm going to throw in 2 second round picks as well. For
Lamar Jackson.
your franchise quarterback.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
See you later. No. I don't think Lamar Jackson grows on trees, as they say. And I don't think Lamar Jackson is in this draft. And I don't think Lamar Jackson is in next draft. So I like the possibility of getting a weapon out of that, like Marvin Harrison Jr. Or,
Marvin Harrison will be next year.
Yeah, so I like the possibility of that. But no, Lamar Jackson doesn't come around every day. I have to believe that the injuries are a fluke, and he's the most special player I've ever seen on the field. So, of course, I want him on my team.
100%. If it's me and I'm in that position, I probably would take the trade. Giving your team, those picks for some time. Although the Ravens necessarily haven't drafted amazingly,
Right.
they did draft Lamar Jackson.
They
So,
Good point.
give him credit where credit is due. Lamar Jackson, in healthy conditions, top 5 quarterback in the league. And what you said, Ryan, is completely hit the nail on the head. You don't grow Lamar Jacksons on trees. He's not just like a Sam Darnold or like a some random guy.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson's.
He's
terrible.
that guy.
Yeah, Lamar is that guy. But I would still probably just take the picks. I mean,
Right.
Work on the future. You need a lot more than just Lamar Jackson on the
You do.
team. So, paying him all that money, you definitely close the window for other guys to get that opportunity.
Good point.
So I'm going to agree on something you said, and I'm going to agree with something what you said.
Oh.
Lamar Jackson, unbelievable quarterback. Probably, most definitely a top 8 quarterback in the league when he's healthy. Arguably top 5. What you said, 3 picks, that's hard to just deny, especially when you're getting a guaranteed second overall pick as well, where you can also get your franchise quarterback and not have to pay him for the next 5 years as well. But Lamar Jackson doesn't grow on trees, but you also don't have to pay him all this money right now. You're gonna, like I said, the quarter of the salary cap is gonna be on your quarterback.
Yeah.
You don't got to pay that for years to come. You can get more weapons to go along. Give whoever you get picked, CJ or Bryce.
So we
Go
had
get
the
him.
cap space, and we didn't provide the weapons. And then we draft and whiff again. Then we lost Lamar Jackson over, man, maybe we could replace Lamar Jackson.
But it's the whole thing's a gamble.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you
the
said,
NFL.
like you're taking a gamble. All right, I'm praying to God, cross my heart, hope to die. These injuries are just a fluke right now.
Right.
Like it's a gamble. This whole thing is a gamble, and one side's gonna have to just give in.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, though, to your point, paying Lamar Jackson is probably your low-risk option just because you know how he could play.
Right.
It's risky worrying about the injuries, but as far as these rookies that you're going to draft out of the draft with the picks that you get, you've never seen them play an NFL game. You've
Right.
seen Lamar Jackson go out there and win a unanimous MVP. I think that Lamar getting paid is going to solidify your team. Okay, we have our guy.
Yep.
Now let's just build around him.
Yep.
We have the base layer.
Yep.
Now, giving him away for some picks, not only do you lose a lot of the fans coming to the games every Sunday because Lamar Jackson's probably making more than $200 million for this franchise to begin with.
For sure.
But I will say that, you're definitely going to risk a lot going, just drafting somebody because you could draft somebody. I say Sam Darnold again or Baker Mayfield, but, they both didn't really pan out to be anything in this league.
Right.
So you could draft somebody and be like, oh, C.J. Stroud, he's going to be the next big thing. We have our franchise guy, but do you really? I mean, we saw what happened with Zach Wilson, number 2 overall pick. We saw what happened with Baker Mayfield, number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
You don't really necessarily guarantee yourself a
superstar.
a superstar in the draft.
That was kind of my point. How many top 5 guys didn't pan out?
Plenty.
How many number 1 guys didn't pan out?
But look at how
So-
many do end up panning out.
It's kind of like
Like
it's
Mitch
kind of like a
Trubisky.
relationship. Since I'm a little older than you guys, the grass isn't always greener. There isn't a million fish in the pond. If you get a good one, you keep her,
Yeah.
100%.
and that's just how I feel.
Yeah, Ravens definitely hit on that pick too. Trading up, I think with the Eagles get the number 32nd pick in that first round, the
Right.
last pick of the first round.
Yeah,
And they took Lamar Jackson, and
you
the
kind
rest
of
is
hurt
history.
Lamar. He should have been drafted in the second round, and I don't think we'd be in as much problems that we would be in.
But I do think the Ravens are gonna find a way to work a deal out with him. I think both sides are gonna be happy.
Yeah, I do
And
too. I do too.
I really do think the Ravens need to go trade for a wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
I would give up a 3rd-round pick for him.
And I think Lamar's a lot more happy to stay. Once Hollywood left, Hollywood may not have been the biggest difference maker, but I believe he did have a 1,000-yard season.
He did.
obviously having that guy as a weapon was somewhat of a difference maker for you if you can't make it to the playoffs, or you do make it to the playoffs and lose in the first round. It's tough. And, he lost his best friend. Devin has said it before on the pod. It's hard when you lose somebody you love and then you go to work every day and they're not at work with you like they usually are. It's tough. This guy's, I say going to work. It's like you lose your best friend at the workplace. It's not easy.
That happened to Roquan Smith, and that's why he's a Raven.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough thing to talk about. But
yeah, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, it's good. I do want to jump into another segment, though, before we do end off. So.
Yeah. I have something too, so
okay, cool,
try to remind me.
Cool. So the NFL Honors is coming up, and there are going to be a few awards given out. So
yeah,
for Offensive Player of the Year, I want to hear your guys' picks.
Justin Jefferson. I feel like it's not even close for that.
That's it.
If anybody else could be the Offensive Player of the Year, it should be Jalen Hurts as well.
Right.
But I like Justin Jefferson this year, almost breaking the single-season yards record. I think he is going to end up solidifying that he is the best wide receiver in the league. I think Devontae is still the number one at the moment, but I think Justin Jefferson had an unbelievable season. I think this is his reward.
I like that.
Yeah,
I definitely
definitely did.
Or award, excuse me.
Could I take two people?
Go for it.
So I think, I hate to keep bringing up Mahomes, but I think Mahomes' ratio was just so crazy, and how easy he made it look without Tyreek and never missed a beat. I would have a tie between him and Jalen Hurts. I can't take nothing away from Jalen. He did miss a game or two, but he just looked amazing. So
I like it.
So
they got the
chickened out on
finalists.
that one.
The finalists, you guys got 3 of them named, the other one being Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably go Jay Jettas.
Yeah.
The Vikings team ended up really turning it up. If he's not there, I don't even know that they make the playoffs, to be honest. So I got to go Jettas on this one.
I want to have a conversation with you all about something. Should the Offensive Player Award not have quarterbacks involved? Because
I would say no. I don't.
why?
They need to
So
separate
you
it.
know the MVP is 100% usually going to go 99.9% going to go to a quarterback every year. The only time I've experienced a non-quarterback position winning it was Adrian Peterson,
Right.
but
Who deserved it?
he did deserve it. He almost broke the
team.
single-season rushing yard record
Right.
that year. But I don't understand, why do we have quarterbacks involved for that award when they can win the MVP as
Yeah.
well? I think if you can win the MVP, you shouldn't be involved for the Offensive Player of the Year unless you're obviously a skill position player
I
for it.
totally agree.
I'd agree with that
They
because
need to be separated.
yeah, offensively, the player on offense that everyone watches get the ball on every single play is the quarterback. We
It's
talk
the
about
center.
well, the center is, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like the guy who's making plays is the QB. It's easy to say the Offensive Player of the Year is one of the best quarterbacks that season. So I would 100% agree with the point you guys made right there. It should be a skill position award.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't
It
be
should.
a quarterback.
It should.
Um,
They should at least have more of a shot. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're not going to split it up, give them a shot.
Right. So next we have Defensive Player of the Year. The finalists are Micah Parsons, Bosa, and Chris Jones. This is pretty much going to be probably unanimous.
I'm going to steal your pick before you even say it. I'm going to shortly go Micah Parsons.
Whoa.
Whoa. Shout out Marlon Smith. Nick Bosa is the Defensive Player of the Year award. All I got to say, Nick Bosa is the Defensive Player of the Year.
He's a beast.
I can't get more into that topic right now.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Ryan, you say Micah Parsons. Can I hear your
No,
thoughts?
he was gassing on
Yeah.
Dallas, so I was kind of,
I got you.
yeah, but no, Nick Bosa is.
I
Defensive
love
MVP.
Micah Parsons, man. If he doesn't
He's
win it
a
this
monster.
year, he's gonna win it at some
Yeah.
point. He's
Yeah.
winning it at some point.
Oh, for
He
sure.
will.
No doubt. My pick's gonna be Bosa though. Comeback Player of the Year, we got Quan, we got Christian McCaffrey, and Geno Smith.
I got Geno Smith. I'll jump right out there. Geno Smith for me, man. Christian McCaffrey, I don't know. He's had to come back like 13 times, so I kind of don't give it to him.
Right.
But Geno just, man, that was special.
What did he come back from? From being trash?
Yeah.
I mean, he had a broken jaw. He had.
He still wasn't starting.
No, he wasn't starting, but I don't know. It just seemed like his journey I don't know what he came back from. He didn't break his leg.
Yeah,
like Alex Smith,
that's what I
but,
mean. Well, how can you give somebody a comeback award when he did really nothing to be a comeback player of the year
maybe he
award?
did have an injury. I think we're just kind of sleeping on
He
it.
was
But
he was behind Russ last year.
No, he
Right,
played
oh,
last
okay.
year. He played.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he played last year
Yeah.
when Russ.
I don't know. Maybe they were just gassing, putting him in there. But I'm
No.
going to ride the train and go Geno.
I think Saquon Barkley is definitely the comeback
Yeah,
player of the year
I didn't
award.
even think of him.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely the comeback player of the year.
Saquon Barkley, goes from being extremely elite to injured to extremely elite again.
Yeah,
It's pretty much,
Yeah.
No,
but-
ever since rookie year, he couldn't stay healthy.
Right.
So Geno Smith, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. I wasn't a sneeze. Geno Smith, I'm not going to lie. I have a lot of respect for somebody who goes out and has multiple seasons of being either a backup or just complete trash. Well, not trash, but just not really, not playing very well.
We vetoed that.
Yeah, trash is a veto term.
We're done with trash.
100%. Cancel worthy.
Yeah.
No. But Geno Smith, that guy is, didn't do too much after, the wild card round. Obviously lost in the first round to the 49ers, but you'll expect the difference. Geno Smith came out and really played. I do think there's a lot to be said about somebody who just doesn't do well consistently and then comes out and plays really well.
Right.
So I'm going to give this one to Geno Smith, but I hope he wins it. If not, it's probably going to go to Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, me saying Geno was trash, let's all be real. He wasn't the greatest quarterback before this year.
Right.
But I'm giving my props. Shout out to him. Amazing year this year. Getting that Seattle team that wasn't even supposed to be remotely even near a playoff spot into the postseason.
Yeah.
Over Russell Wilson, too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So for the offensive rookie of the year, I have my pick already laid out, but we have Brock Purdy, Kenneth Walker, and Garrett Wilson. What do you think about it?
I'm going to go Kenneth Walker. I think he led the league for all rookie running backs in touchdowns, and he missed 5 games, and he was over 1,000 yards. I think it was in 11 games. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And his first 3 games, he didn't even play. That's
Wow.
insane to think about.
That is insane. And I was going to go Kenneth Walker myself. I mean, I think they were looking like they were going to get the first pick in the draft, and then all of a sudden they're in playoff contention.
Yeah.
And I think it was a lot because of Geno, but a lot lot of that running game, too.
Hold on, wait. Not to cut you off. Chris Olave wasn't even
Chris
a finalist?
Olave is a big snub, man. I really liked Olave.
Right.
I don't think he should have been. He should have been on there before Purdy.
I mean, when you
Purdy
take your
came
team,
on late.
when you take your team to the championship as a rookie,
Right.
I think as a
Yeah.
quarterback,
It's
as
a
well.
regular season award.
True.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, you're right about that actually. But he didn't lose in the regular season, so
Right.
what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
As far as defensive rookie of the year goes, the Jets and the Hawks both have both have a finalist for both of these awards. That just goes to show both of these teams had a hell of a draft.
Yeah.
Defensively, we got Sauce, Aiden Hutchinson, and Tariq Woolen. What are your guys' thoughts?
I like Tariq Woolen, led the league in interceptions. Aiden Hutchinson, the second overall pick in the draft, had a great year. But I really like Sauce Gardner. Just right off the rip, came out, showed out. I think he was an all-pro or first all-pro cornerback as a rookie.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't understand how he's not a defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Rookie defensive player of the year. My fault.
No, you're good. I hate to keep jocking your picks, but I'm going to go Sauce myself. I mean, some of these games I've seen, just his technique is amazing. I mean, these guys are running digs, comebacks, slant and goes, sluggos. They're running everything they can against him, and he's like, nope. So,
Yeah,
He
I
looks
remember.
like a mature guy.
Yeah, I remember.
He's looking great.
I remember watching the draft, and I was just like, Ravens, please trade up. Just trade up to go get this guy.
Right.
He's amazing in Cincinnati. Led them to a playoff berth last year.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, we're going to need some corners like him, but
Yes.
I don't think they come around often.
I feel like Sauce is unanimous.
Yeah.
MVP. So Jalen Hurts made his way into the finalists. Other than that, we have the 3 that we all know: Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. And Jay Jettas actually makes his appearance here.
Yeah.
So I really think Jay Jettas is going to win that Offensive Player of the Year. But this is a quarterback award. Who do you have out of these 4 QBs?
I don't. So I'm gonna put them in order. I think Jettas is gonna be the 5th finalist.
Yeah, right.
I don't. And then Josh Allen, 4.
Okay.
You're 4. I think that was Jalen Hurts' award to win until he got hurt.
Right.
I'm going to put him at 3. And Joe Burrow, this was a playoff playoff included award, I would say the MVP goes to the winner of Sunday's game.
Right.
I think. But I think this is Patrick Mahomes' award.
Yeah.
Amazing season. Touchdown to interception ratio was ridiculous. After losing your number one wide receiver as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. We touched on this a little bit before, but I hate to keep picking your guys, but yeah, his touchdown ratio was just crazy for me, and he just makes it look easy. So
Yeah.
that's my pick.
Best quarterback in the league, I feel like deserves the award. And he had a best quarterback in the league type of season this year.
For sure.
So I'm going to go with you guys and tell Patrick Mahomes. But, Rye, you did say you had one more thing?
Yeah, thank you. When we're filming today, it's January 26th, so that's kind of a Kobe Day now.
Mhm.
So I know 8/24 is Kobe Day, but this is a Kobe Day for me. So rest in peace, Kobe.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
In 3
peace, his
years.
daughter, Gia. And yeah, it's a tough subject for me still to this day. So shout out to Kobe, shout out to his family, shout out to everybody affected. But by the time this airs, it's not going to be that day. But since we're here today, shout out Kobe.
Yeah.
100%.
It feels like this day was one of those days you just remember where you were.
Of
Mhm.
course.
Like,
I came over to your house, and
yeah.
I said, did that really happen?
I remember where I was at Perry Hall High School when that happened.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I remember my family had a huge breakfast this morning. We were at some farm, I know, like some big farm that always has like nice, good breakfast. It was really good. And I remember seeing it, and it was like, no, that's fake.
Yeah.
And I just didn't even I was
Yeah.
like, that's fake. For
Yeah,
sure.
I'm pretty sure my brother called me and texted me, and then I received, everyone who knows me knows I'm a Kobe guy. I received like 50
Yeah.
alerts.
I forgot.
about
Who,
it.
I think it might have been Michael who said it to me. He's like, "Yo, Kobe just died." I was like, "Bro,
I
shut
said
up."
Kobe who? That's what I said to my brother. I said Kobe who?
Right.
Not that Kobe.
Like-
not
like-
Superman
like-
Kobe.
Kobe?
Not Invincible Kobe. But
No, but it's like that
rest
day.
in peace, man.
Like, obviously, I didn't get to experience it, but like
Right.
everybody remembers where they were for 9/11.
Right. Yeah, I
all-
was in 7th grade tech ed. That's showing my age again.
That's
Crazy.
that's crazy to think. We weren't even alive.
Right, 7th
Insane
grade
to
tech
think
ed.
about.
7th grade tech ed, and these young boys wasn't even alive.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's I'm getting old.
And now we're all here together on the podcast.
Yeah, it's good.
Look
No,
how the world is.
Yeah, no, you guys are some good young guys. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, but we had Ryan Hargis, his debut on the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, no doubt. Usually I'm behind the camera, but this was fun. Thanks for
Yeah.
throwing me the alley-oop.
Yeah. Not the last time. For everybody that doesn't know, obviously you see, Gavin, Devin, and I all here usually, but
Yeah.
Ryan, without you, man, we could not make
Yeah.
this happen. You give us our flowers all the time. It's about time you deserve your own. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
appreciate that.
thank you so much to this guy right here on the left.
Cool.
This is impossible without him, and he's making it happen for us. It's a dream come true. So
Yeah.
all we can hope for is to just keep growing and keep
Yeah.
making this thing successful,
Yeah, for sure. Y'all are opening my eyes to this social media and everything like that. So you guys are on a good path. So I'm happy to assist.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also, 200,000 views on our day. Can y'all stop packing me in the comments? By the way, I'm
200,000 views, and it's 5,000 comments about Gavin.
okay.
At least 25% of the comments are.
but
Okay.
we love it. We love it. I promise you, we love it. So
Okay. Here's something.
yeah, give it to us.
My name's not Gretzky. My name's not LA Kings guy. My name's not
Lakers
hockey
jersey.
Lakers jersey. My
Lakers.
name's not hockey jersey guy.
Right.
My name is Gavin.
Yeah.
And I know I can't dance. And I'm not dirty, by the way, as well. I saw your comment. I took a shower before this as well.
No. Well, shout out to all. Every comment is a good comment. Trust me.
Yeah.
We're not tripping on it. It's a fun thing. We like it. We're good sports. Social media is a weird place, but we're just some cool guys. We
Yeah.
ain't worried about it.
We're here for it, man.
Yeah.
Nobody's offended.
Yeah,
sure,
shout out to Shags and Flash again for
Yeah,
all the
so-
support.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun day.
Be ready for some shags in the future, y'all.
Yeah.
That guy, that wasn't his last time coming.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Hopefully
keep
we get
making
him back.
content with that guy. Same goes with Flash. I'm super excited for the future and what it holds with them guys.
For sure.
Really
For
glad
sure.
we were able to network with them early
Yeah,
on.
that was dope.
Yeah,
So
but-
sign us off, chat.
Yeah, this is a great podcast. Once again, rest in peace, Kobe.
Yes, sir.
We'll see y'all for Super Bowl weekend. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.